Hey guys, this is the Service Viking. I'm Ariel, and Thorfinn is chasing lizards right. Come on, get up there! Oh, hey, where you going? He says, Mama, there's lizards. There's lizards. It's my playtime. Mwah. Okay, go play. Go play. We have reached 500 subscribers, and I am still blown away that we have that many subscribers already. We started this channel in April, I think. It is just beside me. I cannot thank you guys enough for the support, the love, everything that you guys have given me. So we're gonna go ahead, and I had said I was gonna do a Q&A. I'm not on other social medias, so all of these questions are just off of YouTube. What are you doing? So I wrote them all down, that way I don't forget anything or mess anything up. My entire yard is not fenced in, and we have a lot of wildlife, so when he's allowed to just get out and just run, that's what he does. So the first one is going to be from Florida Canine Companions. She asked, what are my favorite breed or breeds? So my number one favorite breed is a Rottweiler. That was my first dog as a child. I got a Rottweiler that my dad had found in the parking lot when I was 2 years old. That was my first dog, and then my sole dog was a Rottweiler. So I have a very special place for Rottweilers. I'd have to say I love black labs. I had a black lab growing up. Really any labs, because my dad has had chocolate labs since. Some of my best friends have yellows, and I grew up with a black lab. So labs. Also, any of the pity or bully breeds, and that stems from so much of misunderstanding about those breeds. And after working in vet offices and doing my vet courses and things like that, they are some of the most loving dogs. I have owned numerous pit bulls, bulldogs, everything, and they're some of the most loving animals, and they're just so misunderstood and also mistreated that they just get such a bad name. But they do have a special place in my heart. I'm not really a small breed person. I'm a big person, okay? I am 5'10". I am not a small little girl. I am a big kid. I'm a big kid. Okay? 30 years old. Big kid. But so I've never been one for small breeds. So yeah. Our next question is, excuse me. Next question is, what made you pick Thorfinn as a service dog? As in, what temperament as a puppy did you think was good for service work? So this is where I get a little bit of criticism and judgment, because I did not do any temperament checking. I did not pick Thor. I had gotten a call from one of my neighbors that I'm friends with. And she had asked if I knew or had seen these puppies in the yard or in the neighborhood. I said no, and she goes, well, they're at the end of your driveway. They're at your gate. So I went walking out there to kind of go see, and there was a bunch of 5 or 6 puppies. They were all kind of just roughhousing in the road. She was out there looking at them, trying to get them to move out of the road because she almost hit them because they came running out in front of her car. So all of this happened. My husband had pulled up about this time too, and we were trying to either get somebody to come get them to be able to find them good homes, because we knew where they had came from was not a good place, or something. I was not planning on taking one home. As much as I wanted to, I was not emotionally ready after losing a lug nut. So when he started following me and all the other ones took off back to where they came from, my husband said, all right, take him home. Like, he's ours, we'll just keep him, because he would not go with them. That other neighbor had came out trying to get them to follow. he was not going. The other ones went just fine. He would not go. He just followed me. So I just went ahead and brought him home. And then we went to a vet appointment, and within the first week and a half that I had, hey, put that stick down. Hey, no, that's my fire. Hey, thank you. Leave it. Go find a different one. Go find a different stick. That's my fire poking stick. Go find a different stick. Thank you. But within like the first week or two that I had him, he started just naturally alerting when I was having episodes and health issues. We decided, my health has only continued to get worse over the last few years, and maybe now's the time. Maybe this is how I can help myself even more than I thought. So he was not temperament tested. He was not any of the things that you would normally do to pick a service dog prospect, or anything. There was no testing, there was no health testing, there was none of that, which does bring about a problem, as in we are dealing with it now, that because I didn't do like health tests or get him from a reputable, he's from a stray mutt, basically. We are having a lot of allergy issues now, so he doesn't work nearly as much as I hoped he would be able to, but that's okay. We are doing different testings, we've been doing different things, everything like that. So yeah, long spiel, didn't need it. Her next question is, what is his most helpful task? So right now he is a bit of a wild child. We are kind of at this adolescent stage where he loves doing things, but he doesn't love doing things. So we've been working more on our retrievals, which is one of the most helpful tasks that he does, as well as, I believe, to me at least, the most helpful task when we are out in public is him watching the babies. You're gonna hurt yourself. Zoomies. But so I would say right now, because he can't do his full mobility tasking, which is what I need the most help with, his most helpful task would be watching the kids, which he does that when we go out to stores, like while I'm checking out or while we're shopping and I may have my back to my kids, doing something. He keeps an eye on them, and he will stand up. If they get out of his line of sight, he will stand up and try to go too, and that lets me know, Mom, the kids have gone too far, I can't see them. So, and he will also, we had a bad encounter where a random man approached my children while they were on the other side of the vehicle from me, while I was grabbing something out, because I needed to grab my purse out to go into the store, and he approached my children, and I couldn't really see him. Thor alerted with one bark. He did one bark, and he ducked down up under the truck. That way he could see everybody's feet, because he couldn't really see, obviously. So watching the kids is definitely a number one most helpful task right now. He is getting much better about like retrievals. Hey, quit! That's my fire poking stick. Leave it. He's getting better on retrievals. Another one that's pretty helpful is, and we just kind of do it for fun in the house, but it's pretty helpful, is when I don't close a door all the way, he will go close the door. He will open the front door when I tell him he can. So that's kind of helpful. His favorite trick. So we haven't really done much trick training. So the only reason we actually started doing a wave, excuse me, the only reason we actually started doing a wave was because I was trying to help him get better about the paw alerts. And I noticed that after we started doing a wave where he's not lifting his whole body, he's only having to lift one paw, his paw alerts started becoming much more clear, because he wasn't kind of giving a paw and, oh, Mom's ignoring me, let me jump. Um, he was keeping it more together, and he keeps it more just a pog. The future for our channel, I really don't know. I honestly didn't think we'd even get here. So the future is kind of unknown. Um, I'm gonna keep doing things with Thor. Now, given his allergy issues, and stuff like that, there is a good possibility that Thor may not make it as a service dog. Um, but it will always be content of kind of just my life with the dogs. I do a lot of different things. So this is only a small portion, and I'm not one to kind of share everything of my life with the world. I feel like a little bit of I can keep it sacred to myself is important. So, is Finn a troublemaker? Was a troublemaker? Oh. He is absolutely a troublemaker. He gives me a run for my money every day. Every day. And what's funny about it, though, is all of the things that he has done are all things that Lugnut had done when she was a puppy, because I got her at 2 weeks old while she was battling parvo. So he does so many of the same things. It's like her soul found a different body. So he gets called Luggy Jr. or Boogie Jr. That's why sometimes you'll also hear me call him the Boogeyman, because her nickname was Boogie. Well, obviously he's a boy, so he's Boogeyman now, because he is so much like her. She was a hell of a troublemaker, but in the funny, stupid ways. So, like, he will destroy toys and make it snow in the room. That's fine. I don't care. He will go outside and run zoomies and lizard hunt. He loves chasing lizards. He gets a little excited sometimes, a little overexcited. He's a baby. He's a baby. I don't mind it. So some people say, like, he needs to be more under control, he needs to be calmer, and stuff like that. That is your personal opinion. Now, I will say that I acknowledge he is a bit more hyper. So there are certain environments that I choose not to work him, just because, not that he wouldn't be able to do it, but I know that's not who he is. He's not going to enjoy it, and I want him to be able to enjoy it. Now that he's getting bigger, we are chasing lizards. Now that he is getting bigger and getting closer to being able to do more mobility work, like right now, his favorite task would be guiding work. So, the groundwork for follow, find people, things, stuff like that. And it's mainly follow, but he has learned the groundwork. I say this because I put his vest on him, and I have a traffic lead, or I have a little handle that it's basically a traffic lead, that I clip to his harness, but then I hold his leash also. That way I can get him to understand exactly the position I want him to be in for the task. So say I'm having him follow my husband. You know, I don't want him to be off to the side following beside him, because if my husband needs to turn this way to go somewhere, now we're in the way. Or, you know, something like that. So I want him to follow directly in line behind my husband. But I also want him to still be, you know, keeping eyes on where the kids are, how I'm doing. So we've been learning the groundwork for that. And he went from kind of being off to the side and kind of like going with, but not directly in a line. He likes to pull. So we are actually going to be getting a harness, and I have a bicycle, and we are going to strap up and see if he likes doing endurance running, because he just has so much energy and so much like muscle that he doesn't even realize he has until he starts doing things. And we haven't ever done any muscle training, anything like that. He has jumped higher than he should for a while, and a lot of that we found out when I would like play, and before we taught him to leave it or out, and or I get him too excited and I pull it up over my head, and here he goes. So, Thorfinn, come. Good baby. Alright. So, next is from the Circus Bear. Her questions are we going to do a meetup in the future? Absolutely. We gotta just figure out, when we can do it, and where. But absolutely, I am game to do it. And then the second question is, can I hang out with your kids? They're so cool. Yes, I will let you know my kids will run you rampant and Teddy will sleep for a month straight. Alright? Alright. I love my kids to death, but if they could just bottle that energy up, I could be a millionaire. I could be a millionaire. So, but yes. Alright. Put my fire poking stick down. Go find a different stick. Find a different stick. Different stick. Hey, woohoo, Ricky Bobby. What you doing, Jethro?